In today's video, we are going to initiate coverage on Tesla stock, ticker symbol TSLA. They trade on the NASDAQ exchange, and their current price is $350.48. So guys, make sure you hang around to the end of the video. You are not going to want to miss my interview with Elon Musk. And I also quickly want to mention this too, guys. This was a Patreon requested video. My good friend Nikos, he jumped in there, requested a Tesla stock analysis video 6 hours after I launched my Patreon. He became a member and requested. So I want to give Nikos a shout out, guys. He's been a very loyal subscriber and a great friend. Alright guys, so one thing I want to do in this video is be objective. I want to conduct this stock analysis video in a completely different manner than anybody else on YouTube. I want to have the ability to separate Tesla from Elon Musk, okay? Which is almost impossible to do. As a matter of fact, it is impossible to do, but I'm going to attempt it. I want to look at Tesla just across the board, fundamentally, statistically, financially, charting, research, those type of things, and try my best to separate Tesla and Elon Musk. Then towards the end of the video, I'm going to bring the great vision all together so the video makes sense. So guys, when you purchase a share of Tesla, you're basically buying into two things. You're buying into the great vision of Elon Musk, and you're buying into over 100% quarterly revenue growth. Another thing I want to mention too before we go any further, guys, is that automotive is a very, very tricky field, and we are going to dig into that quite a bit in this video. But automotive is very, very tricky, okay? I tend to jump headfirst into every single trend. I jump into tech. I jump into chip makers. I jump into MJ. I jump into oil. I jump into retail. I jump into every single sector. I dive headfirst into it. Then I walk up to automotive and I get scared. I panic. Matter of fact, I've never owned a share of Tesla. Tesla has about a $60 billion market cap. They have about a $67.9 billion enterprise value, okay? Very, very big company. As a matter of fact, they are bigger than Ford or GM by market cap. Now the forward PE ratio, 53, with no trailing PE ratio. Why? Because Tesla is not a profitable company yet. You guys have to come to understand this, okay? Tesla is not a profitable company yet. So on a 52-week scale, guys, Tesla has traded as low as $244 and as high as $287.46. On a 52-week scale, it has traded up 11.79%, which I will mind in this current pullback is actually quite impressive, okay? So everything underneath me, is we're going to answer all the questions pretty much right here in this little area. So let's go right down here. None of this stuff really matters. Your float, your shares outstanding, percent held by insiders, percent held by institutions. None of that stuff is really going to affect the fundamental value of a company. But right down here, your short ratio, your short percent of float, and your short percent of shares outstanding have a significant impact on fundamental analysis, okay? So your short percent of float, that's how many shareholders are holding the stock short on the float of the stock, guys, 25%. That's a lot of shorts. The short percent of shares outstanding is about 17%. That's still way too high. I'm the kind of investor, I will beat myself up relentlessly if I buy big into a position that has this many short sellers. Now, I'll drop a little bit of money on a very unprofitable company, in a very fundamentally flawed company, because I'm not worried about what's going to happen with that little piece of money. But if I'm going to use big money, and I'm going to invest lots of money, like I said, I will stay awake at night if I have this many people shorting the stock, okay? And right here, guys, like I mentioned, right here's your answer. Why do so many people short Tesla? Why is Tesla so heavily shorted? It's because they have negative profit margins. They have negative on the operating margin. They're negative on assets, and they're negative on equity. Okay, and you just have to face this stuff. Okay, I'm not talking bad about your favorite company. I love Tesla, and I love that guy I said I wasn't going to talk about. But you can't argue with statistics. You can't argue with numbers. Okay, you have to look at this stuff before you buy a stock. And here it is. Okay, a lot of short sellers on the float, a lot of short sellers on the shares outstanding, and negative in every single category. Right down here, guys, in the balance sheet, this is another reason why Tesla gets shorted so much. You have $2.97 billion of cash and $13 billion of total debt. Now, that doesn't really bother me because Tesla is an up-and-coming and disruptive company, okay? So those kind of numbers don't bother me, but they do bother your common short seller, okay? A lot of short sellers are going to see a company with this kind of market cap. They're going to expect a lot more cash in the bank, okay? They're going to expect more than $3 billion of bank, or they're going to say, okay, you can have $3 billion in the bank, but we want that debt cut in half. We want to see about $6 billion. We want to see about $7 billion. So clean that up a little bit, and we'll cover on our shorts. That's just the common mindset of a short seller. Of course, Tesla does not pay a dividend. Most of the big growth companies usually don't. But right here, guys, the quarterly revenue growth, that is another reason why people invest in Tesla. So it is very possible for a company to have massive quarterly revenue growth and still be very unprofitable, okay? It's like this right here. If your income is $5,000 a month, but you have $6,000 of bills, does not really matter what your income is. You have more bills than income. Or we can even scale that up. Let's say your income is $25,000 a month. But if you have $37,000 of bills, again, you're going to be unprofitable in 1 month. Same exact concept. Okay, Tesla makes a lot of money. Tesla spends a lot of money. So guys, what I've got pulled up right here is monthly and yearly sales figures here in the United States. So this is all the top performers in the United States, okay? So let's just go right down here, and I'm going to go off of this year-to-date column. Okay, I'm not worried about monthly. I'm not worried about percentages. I just want to know who has sold the most vehicles year-to-date in 2018. And let's see, Ford F-Series is number 1, followed by the Chevy Silverado, Ram pickup, Toyota RAV4, Nissan Rogue, and the Honda CR-V. Okay, then we finally get to Toyota Camry. Okay. So what does that tell you? Let's stay focused right here at this line and go up. What does this tell you? That here in the United States, people mostly buy trucks and SUVs, okay? But as you can see, Ford has a humongous lead even on the Chevy Silverado and the Ram pickup. And then it just kind of goes down from there. So you got the Camry, you got the Civic, you got the Corolla family, you have the Chevy Equinox, Honda Accord, Ford Escape, Ford Explorer, Jeep Wrangler. What are we not seeing here? What is it? Tell me some models we're not seeing anywhere up here in any of these rankings. Is a Tesla. Most of these auto manufacturers have the opposite problem. Like Ford, they can't sell. They're the #1 seller of vehicles in the United States and still can't sell most of their inventory. That boggles the mind. But let's keep traveling until we find Tesla. Okay, so we are really getting down here, guys. We're Chevy Colorado, the Hyundai Tucson, Ford Edge Chrysler. I mean, we are really, really getting down here. I'm just hoping Tesla pops up here at some point, but I'm not seeing it. Okay, Tesla Model 3. So they did really good monthly, but yearly 56,000 models. Okay, so now let's go back up here and shuffle it again, except let's go by monthly numbers. So now they're going to show up like they're a real high seller. And they did. They have ramped up production. And they are trying. This is a very hard-working company. There's no doubt about it. But again, I'm making a strong point. The numbers don't lie. They cannot penetrate these numbers because they're having constant production issues and they can never meet the demand of the product. Meanwhile, the other, like I said, GM and Ford have the opposite problem. They over-manufacture. They make so many vehicles they can't sell them all. That's why they have to shut down plants and things like that. So we can stop right there and kind of look at this like it's a crossroads, because Tesla cannot make enough to meet demand. That's actually a very, very good thing for a company to be experiencing, okay? Every vehicle they make is sold. Like I said, while the other manufacturers make far more vehicles than they can possibly sell. That's a bad problem to have, okay? That's a bad problem to have, especially here in the United States. You would think that the stock and the market caps of Ford and GM would be going up, and they're not, guys. You know, they're not. This isn't a Ford or a GM stock analysis video, but go check it out. Ford has been one of the most shorted stocks over the past 5 years. GM. All right, guys, if you've made it this far in the video, congratulations, because now I want to start bringing Elon Musk back into the picture and explain my thesis on Tesla. So I have the lifetime chart pulled up on Tesla. Guys, Tesla has been a great investment. And see, this is really what you're investing in. Like I said, the most important thing you're investing in with Tesla is Elon Musk, his vision. Okay, this man will go and work in the factories for 20 hours a day and fall asleep on the floor, and he cancels plans with friends, and he cancels plans with families, and he devotes his whole life, you know, to really getting Tesla up to speed and making them the company that they are. And so now you can see it's really shown on the chart. I mean, just look what he's done already. Look at this progress. As fundamentally flawed as this company is, as many problems as this company has, look what he has managed to do. Take them to the next level time and time again. You know, looks like I said, right here, their first couple of years on the market, they did not trade up very much. That's kind of what I'm anticipating from NIO. I'm anticipating at least 1 or 2 years for NIO to trade like this, just kind of sideways, and then before they even, you know, think about being profitable. But really, you know, Tesla's never been profitable, okay? It's always been massive quarterly revenue growth. That's always been the story of Tesla. And I know Elon Musk will stay with this company until they are profitable, till they could be handed off to another GM. He still probably won't leave then. You know, he'll still always, this will always be his company. This will always be Elon Musk's company. But he will not stop driving this company until they are profitable. So the only thing I caution any one of you about before you buy Tesla stock is just be aware of the fundamentals, okay? There is a lot of coverage on Tesla. There's hundreds of different opinions, you know. But this is a great investment. Tesla is going to be a fantastic long-term. I see it being over $1,000 very soon. And as a matter of fact, this is the part of the video where I'm going to go ahead and rate Tesla as a buy. And I'm going to give them an $1,100 5-year price target. Okay? So now if you click off this video and Tesla drops to $290 tomorrow, don't come back here and comment to me and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. When I put a price target out, you know, 1 to 5 years in the future, I stand by that, okay? You know, if Tesla was to go down to $150 a share tomorrow, I would still maintain my 5-year price target. I have no reason to adjust it. What drives this company? What makes this company great, guys? It's Elon Musk. Like I said, he has a real problem with the short sellers. It really bothers him. And, you know, I think Elon Musk is probably so intelligent, and he's so far beyond the normal intelligence of a normal person that he doesn't even take time to really understand the stock market. You know, he maybe doesn't understand how important it is that Tesla is kind of overvalued, and it's a visionary stock. You know, you're really buying into his vision. So short sellers really, really bother him. But there's a whole lot of them out there. Elon, I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you. This means a lot to me that you come today.
In Spaceballs, yogurt goes through the merchandising section, and they have a flamethrower.
I gotta say, that's a very strange way to open a show, but hey, you know what? Do your thing, man. You're the genius behind PayPal. You're the genius behind SpaceX, and definitely Tesla. Tell us what's going on at Tesla. What is new? Tell us the latest thing. Tell us everything you can possibly tell us, Elon.
I mean, I'm not saying it's going to be successful or so. You know, I mean, it's just like asserting that it's going to be successful. But so far...
Well, hold on just a second now. You know, let me stop you. You are already very successful. Tesla's already very, very successful. You know, you're bigger than General Motors and Ford. So, did you happen to bring me one of those flamethrowers?
Yes.
Oh, thanks, man. Man, that just made my day right there. So, all right, let's get back on track a little bit. Okay, I'm going to ask you the question everybody wants me to ask you. I'm just going to come out there and do it, man. I hope you're prepared for this. But back in August, you sent out this tweet that says you're considering taking Tesla private at $420 a share funding secured. Now, what really caught my eye was 420. That's an interesting number, 420. That I thought that was a marijuana reference.
Yes.
Oh.
So what was going through your head when you sent out that tweet, Elon? Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, okay, now let's just move on to something else, man. It doesn't have to come down to that. Look, man, I don't think this interview has started off too well. It's probably my fault. I take the blame for it. Would you like to just kind of cancel this? Maybe let's go hit up a bar, or you just gonna sit there and get high all night? Hey, while you're doing that, can I go drive around in the Tesla?
Yes.
Oh.
Is that the keys right there?
Yes.
Oh.
Could you reach over there and grab them for me, or are you too messed up right now? Thanks, dude. Oh my gosh. Well, I tell you what, man. I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna go drive this thing around and see what it's got.